lot of the guys that do me, it's either like they've got drink problems or drug problems, and I think it's sort of like when they're actually living on the street, especially like in the cold, which I found, because I was actually homeless over the winter period of about 10 months, and I found like I was drinking a lot more while I was on the streets because it helped you to cope with the cold weather. You know, when you're actually sleeping out in the cold weather, you know, it does like tend to be, you know, a bit, it's sort of depressing, you know, having nowhere to actually live or stay, which is out of the cold weather and that, so you tend to drink a lot. But lucky enough I didn't turn to drugs, like, you know, whereas a lot of people do turn to drugs, I noticed. And a lot of people that I've met, a lot of people do busking or begging or the big issue. I tried begging, which was only for about a couple of weeks, years ago, which I didn't really like to do because it's asking people for money for nothing. So what I actually done, I learned to play about 2 or 3 tunes on a harmonica and on a penny whistle, and I tried a bit of busking, but I found with that like the police kept moving you on and police kept stopping you from doing it unless you had like a music license, which I didn't have. So after about sort of a month, maybe 6 weeks of doing a bit of busking, I eventually turned, or was talking to a friend who turned me towards a big issue, and I thought, well, at least I'm doing something which is legal, where I'm actually trading a item like the book, the big issue, for money, rather than asking people for money for nothing. You know. When I left the army in October 1987, and I got work as a security guard, and I was working different security companies for about maybe about 10 years, 11 years. I was actually going to train up to be a professional bodyguard, you know. I joined a professional bodyguards association and do like close protection, but I had a heart attack which basically messed things up. So then I spent about a year doing computers, level 1 in IT, but I actually got made homeless before I got the certificate, which messed things up. So that sort of like started where I was in and out of different hostels and bed and breakfasts and on and off the streets and that, until eventually, like I said, the big issue people helped me to get into the hostel with Thames Reach Bondway at Vauxhall, the big hostel, and now they've moved me into like waiting to get a flat. I think there's a lot of guys who are on the streets who are ex-forces, who they're sort of getting to a rut and turn to drugs and alcohol, which basically, because they're in that sort of rut of the alcohol and being on the streets and that, they don't get their lives together and sort of go and look for what they need to, you know, like to get into a hostel or to get different training courses. Whereas the big issue are very good like that because they actually can point you in the right direction. They have what they call the Big Issue Foundation, which they can get you like any sort of courses, you know. They do like computer courses, they do painting and decorating courses, mechanics courses, any courses what they do at colleges, the Big Issue can get you into if you want that sort of training or whatever. And also they will help you to get a doctor, like a GP and a dentist, and they'll help you to get signed on to get housing benefit and that when you do get a flat and that. So it's very good like that. I'm hoping to get a desktop publishing course organised with the ex-forces people, but if that doesn't come off, what I'm hoping to do is try and get it through either the Big Issue, get them to organise it with a local college where I stay, or maybe get the Disability Times who can help me out to do that course as well. I've checked it out different ways, so if one doesn't come off, the other one hopefully will come up. Where I'm staying now, it's like shared houses, shared flats and that, which is basically what they call a halfway house, lining up to get a flat. And hopefully soon I'll be able to get moved into a flat.